Hello, dear friends, welcome to our YouTube channel, USAFootballZone, latest football highlights. I am your dear friend Luna. Before starting the video, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, then please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like the video, only 500 likes. Watch the video till the end to know more. Let's get started, guys. Friends, another Football World Cup is knocking at the door. In just 1 year, the 23rd edition of the greatest show on earth will be held in Canada, Mexico, and the United States. However, this edition of the World Cup is quite different from all the previous editions. Instead of 32 teams, this World Cup will be held with 48 teams. The number of teams qualifying from each continent and the process is also different from before. In this video from Pavilion, we will talk about the World Cup selection process of all continents. Let's start with Asia. The Asian Football Confederation, AFC, has a total of 46 teams. Out of these, the last 20 teams, that is, teams ranked 27th to 46th in the rankings, will have to play in the first round. Based on the first round draw, there will be a home and away two-leg playoff. These 36 teams will be divided into 9 groups. Each group will have 4 teams, the champions and runners-up of each group will qualify for the third round, a total of 18 teams. In the third round, these 18 teams will be divided into 3 groups of 6. The champions of the 3 groups and the runners-up of the 3 groups will qualify directly for the World Cup. The 6 teams that finish 3rd and 4th in the 3 groups will advance to the 4th round. These 6 teams will again be divided into 2 groups. After a league match at a neutral venue, the top 2 teams from both groups will qualify for the World Cup. The 2 runners-up teams will advance to the 5th round. The 2 runners-up teams will play 2 legs, home and away. 1 team will secure a place in the Intercontinental Playoff. So far, Japan, South Korea, Jordan, Uzbekistan, Australia and Iran have secured their place from the AFC. Let's move from Asia to Europe. There are a total of 54 teams under UEFA. These 54 teams are divided into 12 groups. Groups A to F, each with 4 teams, and Groups G to L, each with 5 teams. The 12 champion teams from the 12 groups will qualify directly for the World Cup. The 12 runners-up and 4 Nations League teams will qualify 4 teams through the 16-team single-match playoff system. No team will get a chance in the home playoffs. After Europe, let's talk about Africa. A total of 54 teams from the African region are fighting for a place in the World Cup. Of these, Eritrea is out. So now there are 53 teams, and these teams are divided into a total of 9 groups. The 9 group champion teams will qualify directly for the World Cup. Apart from this, the best 4 runners-up teams from the 9 groups will qualify for the African playoffs. From there, 1 team will play in the Intercontinental Playoffs. From Africa, let's now move to North America. 6 of the 48 World Cup teams are in the CONCACAF region. However, this year's host countries, Canada, Mexico, and the United States, have qualified directly from this region. A total of 32 teams in this region are competing for a place in the World Cup. Of these, the last 4 teams in the ranking, i.e., teams ranked 29 to 32, will advance to the second round by playing a 2-leg playoff. The top 28 teams in the ranking and the 2 teams emerging from the first round. A total of 30 teams will be divided into 6 groups. The group champions and runners-up of these 6 groups, a total of 12 teams, will advance to the third round. These 12 teams will be divided into 3 groups of 4 teams each. The 3 group champions will play directly in the World Cup, and the best 2 runners-up teams will play in the Intercontinental Playoff. From North America, let's move to South America. The qualifying stage of the CONMEBOL region is the simplest. The 10 teams in this region will play matches against each other at home and away. The top 6 teams in the points table will qualify directly for the World Cup. The 7th team will play in the Intercontinental Playoff. Argentina, Ecuador, and Brazil have already qualified for the main round of CONMEBOL. Uruguay, Paraguay, Colombia, Venezuela, and Bolivia are also in the competition. Finally, we come to the Oceania region. Previously, to qualify for the World Cup from this region, you had to play in the playoffs. However, now a direct place has been reserved for Oceania in the 48-team World Cup. Out of the 11 teams in this region, the last 4 teams in the ranking will play in the playoffs. One of these teams will advance to the second round. This team that passes the first round will join the 7 teams leading in the ranking. These 8 teams will be divided into 2 groups, each group having 4 teams. The top 2 teams from both groups will advance to the third round. These teams will play a 3-match knockout playoff round. The winning team will qualify for the World Cup, and the losing team will play in the Intercontinental Playoffs. New Zealand has achieved the feat of playing directly in the World Cup from the Oceania region. This is the story of the 46 teams that qualified directly for the World Cup. The remaining 2 teams will come from the Intercontinental Playoffs. As per the current rules of FIFA, each continent except Europe is allotted 1 playoff spot. The remaining spot will be given to the host continent of the World Cup, accordingly. The 2026 World Cup playoffs will have 2 teams from the CONCACAF Cup. There will be 1 team each from AFC, CAF, CONMEBOL and OFC. Out of these 6 teams, the top 2 teams will qualify for the finals of their respective brackets based on the ranking. And thus a total of 8 teams will be selected. A team will be found for the greatest son of the earth. Thanks for watching this exciting football update, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for all the latest football highlights updates. We will be back with the highlights soon.